What up, though? It's your boy Big Snoopy O Double G. We play. Baby, come give me something. We the best music.
Are you ready? Okay, let's make it nasty.
FM 93.1.
A suspected bank robber leading officers.
It happened. We bring the information to you undiluted, verified, accurate, balanced, and without bias. Told from the human angle perspective. We interview the actors and the experts. All facts laid bare. From Nigeria to the rest of the globe, we deliver the news on time and in time. This is News Express on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM. Lekki, Lagos.
Wall of Lagos has advised residents planning to travel for the 2025 Hajj to ensure they are in good health before embarking on the pilgrimage. Speaking at the Eid al-Fitr celebration held at the Lagos House Marina, he urged those feeling unwell to refrain from traveling and instead pray in Nigeria. The event also saw Governor Sanwo-Olu congratulate Muslims for completing their Ramadan fast, praying for continued peace and unity. Also speaking, the First Lady, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, urged residents to show compassion for the less privileged, preaching that true worship reflects how we treat others. During the event, attended by Deputy Governor Bafemi Amzat and other dignitaries, the guest speaker, Dr. Muniruddin Ariyadi, advised Nigerians to avoid sin to attract God's grace. We now turn to Kogi, where Senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akwotijuanga, defied security restrictions imposed by the Kogi state government as she arrived in Okehi local government area to a jubilant reception. The Kogi government had banned public gatherings and declared a curfew over alleged security concerns, with the police warning against her planned Eid al-Fitr celebration rally. However, the senator arrived in a chopper, vowing that nothing would stop her from returning home. And now the lawmaker representing Igwe Uzowani constituency in the House of Representatives, Martin Oke, has dismissed a recall petition against him, calling the allegations false and misleading. Four constituents, Chizoba Ogwagbo, Clinton Obonna, Ama Sabinus, and Onyekachi Okunwa Stephen, petitioned the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC for Oke's recall over alleged non-performance, lack of constituency engagement, incompetence, and negligence as reason for their action. Reacting, the lawmaker's media aide, Solomon Guyi, dismissed the claims, labeling them a tissue of lies, inaccurate reports, and deliberate misinformation. Guyi highlighted Oke's key legislative and constituency efforts, including sponsoring a bill to create Adada State and the Southeast, pushing for federal intervention in completion of the Adada River Dam, addressing insecurity along Ipata Road in Uzo Owani, amongst others. And now a leaked document has surfaced online revealing what appears to be the judgment of the Edo Governorship Election Petition Tribunal in the petition of the People's Democratic Party and its candidate Aswe Ihodalo against Governor Monde Okwegbolo's victory. Reports suggest the leaked judgment favors Okwegbolo in a 2-1 majority ruling, dismissing the PDP's claims due to insufficient proof of substantial non-compliance with electoral guidelines. However, a dissenting judge reportedly ruled in Igodalo's favor, citing irregularities in over 500 polling units. The leak has sparked mixed reactions in Edo State, but the tribunal, which is to give its judgment tomorrow, is yet to speak about the leak. And now residents of Otukpo, Benue State today protested against the rising wave of killings and kidnappings in their community. Chanting multiple slogans, the protesters blocked major roads urging the government and security agencies to intervene. One of the demonstrators, Daniel Oche, who condemned the attacks, alleged that electricity is deliberately cut off before each attack, leaving residents vulnerable.
Enough is enough. We will do our peaceful protest. No man, one of a woman can stop us because enough is enough. Look at the way every night people will be chased from their homes. People will be killed. People will be kidnapped. Today we are expecting another killing. Today we are expecting another kidnapping. Today we are an enhancement. Today we are expecting people's properties to be destroyed. How can we remain like this? Enough is enough. We use this video to call again on the executive governor of Benue State. I said earlier, anybody telling you to go is right a lie. Anybody telling you to see is right a lie.
The unrest follows a series of violent herdsmen attacks in Agatu, Ado, Ogbonko, Otupo, and Ogbadigbo local government areas, all in Benue South, that have forced many to flee their homes. Meanwhile, the Federal Capital Territory Police Command has directed that all hiking and camping activities must be reported to law enforcement before they take place. The directive issued by the FCT Command spokesperson Josephine Ade follows a brutal murder of a young graduate, John Johnson, who was killed by suspected herdsmen while attending a boys' brigade camp in Zaina near Angwan Hakimi, Orozo, Abuja on March 29th. A resident, Amadou Zakaria, confirmed the attack, revealing that Johnson and another group leader were ambushed while returning to retrieve belongings from their regional camping site. According to Ade, Commissioner of Police CP Ajao Adewale warned that failure to notify the police before such activities could pose serious security risk, as remote areas are vulnerable to criminal activities. Back in Lagos, 2 suspected thieves have been caught by operatives of the Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps in Ikorodu while attempting to escape with stolen items during the Eid al-Fitr celebration. The suspects, Olamilekun Adumobi from Ogun State and a self-proclaimed scrape dealer from Katsina identified as Jabru, were arrested near the Central Mosque on Kazim Arulogun Street. They confessed to stealing welding tools and construction materials from a site in Abule, Balogun, Erunwe. However, the property owners, Barrister Ade Adishino and Pastor Talabi Adegbinro, declined to press charges, prompting their release. Commanding the Corps, General Manager LNS Dr. Ifalade Oyenkon reaffirmed the agency's commitment to tackling crime in Lagos. Coming up on News Express on Sports, Manchester City's Erling Haaland to be sidelined for up to 7 weeks with ankle injury. On entertainment, Bobrisky fools Nigerians, global fans with false immigration arrest alarm.
You can listen to Adami Mogo 93.1 FM from any part of the world. Download the Adami Mogo 931 FM app from Google Play Store and Radio Garden, and follow us on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you have eyewitness stories, clips exclusive to share, contact the Adami Mogo FM newsroom via mail at newsroom@adamimogofm.com, or you can dial 070-634-03583. You can dial 090-319-69629. Adami Mogo 93.1 FM Lagos, voice of the light.
Glad you're still there, and now to the rest of the news. Now, Nigeria's net foreign exchange reserves have surged to $23.11 billion as of the end of 2024, marking the highest level in over 3 years. This was disclosed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, which claimed the figure represents an increase in 2021. CBN Governor Layemi Caruso, in a statement, also reported a rise in gross external reserves, reaching $40.19 billion by December 2024, up from $33.22 billion the previous year. He attributed the growth to strategic policy decisions aimed at reducing short-term foreign exchange liabilities and boosting investors' confidence. He expressed optimism that the upward trend will continue in 2025, supported by increased oil production and favorable non-oil exports. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has issued a strong warning to promoters and operators of Ponzi schemes in Nigeria, stating that they now face a minimum fine of 20 million naira or 10-year imprisonment, or both, under the newly enacted Investment and Securities Act 2025. SEC's Director General, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, made this known in Abuja, explaining that the new legislation strengthens the legal framework governing Nigeria's capital market, enhances investor protection, and reinforces market integrity. He noted how previously SEC lacked the authority to prosecute Ponzi scheme operators, making it difficult to enforce penalties. Dr. Agama stressed that these penalties are meant to deter fraudulent financial activities that have victimized many Nigerians and protect investors. And on Global Express, the foreign ministers of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger are set to visit Moscow on April 3rd to 4th for talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, marking the first session of AIR's Russian consultations. The three West African nations, now ruled by military juntas, formed the Confederation of Sahel States after leaving ECOWAS and expelled French and Western forces while turning to Russia for military support. Their joint statement noted that the visit represents a significant step in forging strategic, pragmatic, dynamic and supportive partnerships with Russia. The ES nations are engaged in a prolonged battle against jihadist insurgencies that have plagued the region for over a decade, making security cooperation. In the UK, King Charles III has returned to his royal duties after a brief hospital stay last week. The 76-year-old monarch had postponed engagement last week after experiencing temporary side effects from the cancer treatment. Earlier today, the king was all smiles as he carried out his first public engagement, handing out honours at the Windsor Castle. Among those recognised was world heptathlon champion Katarina Thompson, who received an MBA for her contributions to athletics. The king is expected to resume his regular schedule with more engagement this week, including his weekly meeting with the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, ahead of a planned state visit to Italy next week. And turning to sports, Kano Pillars have lifted the suspension on their technical advisor, Usman Abdullah, who was sidelined in February due to poor results and a fan-related incident. During his absence, assistant coach Ahmed Garba Yaro led the team. In a message on X, the club said all issues had been resolved, with Abdullah expected to lead the team for the remainder of the season. Kano Pillars is currently 8th in the Nigerian Premier Football League with 44 points from 31 matches. And in the Premier League, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has revealed striker Erling Haaland will be out for up to 7 weeks after sustaining an ankle injury. Haaland, who scored in City's 2-1 FA Cup quarter-final win over Bournemouth, was forced off during the match. Despite City's optimism about his return later this season, Guardiola stated that doctors had noted that the player may only be back for the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah, with all the injuries that we had this season, so sorry for them and for Erling as well. So and could recover speedy as quick as possible and come back. No, they told me, the doctors, between 5 and 7 weeks. So hopefully the end of the season and a World Cup be ready.
Haaland's absence is a major setback for City, currently 5th in the Premier League with its final Premier League game on May 25th, while the Club World Cup begins on June 18th. On entertainment front, controversial cross-dresser Ijusu Kuneye alias Bobrisky has retracted his claim of being arrested by immigration authorities and revealed it was an April Fool's prank. Bobrisky initially sparked concerns earlier today with a social media post stating he had been arrested by immigration in Nigeria. This is not Bobrisky's first run-ins with the law, as he was arrested and sentenced to 6 months in prison for abusing the Naira last year. Bobrisky had also been arrested at the Seme border by the Immigration Service last year for undisclosed reasons. And now, former member of the House of Representatives, Gabriela Omosade Ibinedion, has publicly shown support for the estranged wife of music icon Tubaba Annie Macaulay Dibia. This comes amidst reports of Tubaba's relationship with Natasha Osawuru, who is Omosade's niece. On March 31st, Annie made a striking return to social media with both new photos and videos following her split from Tubaba. Interestingly, Moshade reshared the same images on Instagram, referring to Annie as the queen while tagging her account. This gesture has sparked speculations that not all members of Natasha Osawuru's family support her relationship with the legendary singer. As we conclude News Express on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM this evening, here is a recap of the biggest stories. I told you that Babajide Sanwo of Lagos has advised residents planning to travel for the 2025 Hajj to ensure they are in good health before embarking on the pilgrimage. He urged those feeling unwell to refrain from traveling and instead pray in Nigeria. It was also in the news that Senator representing Kogi Central Natasha Akpoti-Duanga defied security restrictions imposed by the Kogi state government as she arrived in Okehi local government area to a jubilant reception via a chopper, vowing that nothing would stop her from representing her people. We also told you that the Edo Governorship Election Petition Tribunal is yet to react to a leaked document online revealing what appears to be the judgment of the in-petition of the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Aswe Hotalo, against Governor Monday Pupolo's victory. And that's News Express, as produced by Sam Olugbemini. I am Oge Mark. Good evening.
Sanwó-Olú ti rọ àwọn èèyàn tó ní àìlera lágọ̀ọ́ ara wọn láti má lọ sí Hajj ọdún 2025. Sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ Àpótí Odúàgàní ló ti ṣẹ́ ìfilélẹ̀ ètò ààbò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi tó sì ṣàlàyé pé kò sẹ́ni tó lè dáhùn dúró láti ṣọdún pẹ̀lú àwọn olùdìbò lẹ́kùn ìdìbò rẹ̀. Ìwé kan tó lu fótó bọ́ta ló ti fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ o. Ìdájọ́ ilé-ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn tó ń rí sí awuyewuye tó ṣe lẹ́yìn ètò ìdìbò gómìnà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èdó. ẹ kúrò lẹ́ o ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí àkótán ìròyìn láti ìkànnì adámimógo 93.1 FM tá a kalẹ̀ sí Lẹ́kì nílùú Èkó. Olúṣọlá Àdìsá ló kọ mi, ìròyìn ọ̀hún rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí Babájídé Sanwó-Olú ó ní ó ti rọ àwọn olùgbé ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí láti rí i pé wọ́n ṣe ààtò láti rìnrìn àjò iṣẹ́ ìsìn hajj tọdún 2025 àti gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ń tòwé láti rí i pé wọ́n wà ní ìlera pípé o kó tó di pé wọ́n lọ sí ìrìn àjò ọ̀hún. Nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ níbi ayẹyẹ ìdìfìtìrì léyìí tó wáyé nílé ìjọba ní Marina, níbẹ̀ ló ti rọ àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ sí hajj eléyìí tí wọ́n ní àìlera kan lágọ̀ọ́ ara wọn láti tẹ̀tì nínú títẹkọ̀ létí lọ sí ìrìn àjò hajj ọ̀hún, tó sì ṣàlàyé wípé wọ́n lè gbàdúrà lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà. Ayẹyẹ ọ̀hún níbi tí gómìnà títí ń kí àwọn mùsùlùmí òdodo tó ń ti mùsùlùmọ́ fún bí wọ́n ṣe parí ààwẹ̀ Ramadan eléyìí tí ó sì ń gbàdúrà fún ìtẹ̀síwájú àlàáfíà àti ìṣọ̀kan lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà àti ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Nígbà tóun náà ń sọ̀rọ̀ níbi ayẹyẹ ọ̀hún, ẹni tí í ṣe obìnrin àkọ́kọ́ filílẹ̀ òṣìṣẹ́ elétò ààbò eléyìí tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi tó gbé kalẹ̀ níbi ó ṣe dé sí ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Òkè pẹ̀lú tìlùtìfọn táwọn èèyàn rẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbà á. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ló ti gbé òǹdó gbòòrò dé orí kíkórajọ ní ìta gbangba tí wọ́n sì kéde ìgbélé lórí ètò ààbò eléyìí tí wọ́n ní kò rájájá ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún, pẹ̀lú bí iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ṣe ṣe kìlọ̀kìlọ̀ lórí ìwọ́de eléyìí tí Natasha fẹ́ ṣe fún ọdún Eid-el-Fitr. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ sẹ́nẹ́tọ̀ ọ̀hún ńlọdẹ ò nínú ọkọ̀ òfurufú níbi tí ó ti ń jẹ́jẹ́ wípé kò sẹ́ni kankan tàbí ohun kankan tó lè dá dúró láti má padà sí ilé rẹ̀. Nígbà tí àwọn olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ tó ń ti àwọn alátìlẹ́yìn rẹ̀ tí wọ́n jáde ní kẹ̀tíkẹ̀tí láti wá tẹ́wọ́ gbà á láì fi ti òdòǹgbòrò tó ń ti àṣẹ eléyìí tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún tí wọ́n ti gbé lélẹ̀. Àpótí Oduagan ló ti wà nínú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹjọ́ lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ púpọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó ti nàka àléébù sí ẹni tí í ṣe ààrẹ ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà Godswill Akpabio lórí ẹ̀sùn ìtàmì oge sí lábàádì eléyìí tó fà á tí wọ́n fi júwèé lé fún un láti ilé-ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tó ń ti ìwé ẹ̀sùn ìpenipadà láti ẹkùn ìdìbò rẹ̀. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ aṣòfin eléyìí tí ó ń ṣojú ẹkùn ìdìbò Ìgbẹ́tìtì tó ń ti Uzuamani nílẹ̀gbìmọ̀ aṣojú ṣòfin Martins Oke òun náà ni ó ti sẹ́ lórí ìwé kan àti ìròyìn kan eléyìí tó ń jà rìnrìn wípé wọ́n ti ránṣẹ́ ìwé ẹ̀pẹ́ padà wálé sí aṣòfin ọ̀hún. Àwọn olùdìbò láti ẹkùn ìdìbò aṣòfin náà tí orúkọ wọn jẹ́ Chizoba Oguagbo, Clinton Ogbonna, Amasabinus àti Onyekachi Okenwa ni wọ́n ti kọ̀wé ẹ̀sùn ránṣẹ́ sí àjọ tó ń ṣe kò kárí ètò ìdìbò nílẹ̀ yìí INEC fún ìpè padà wálé Ọ̀kẹ́ fún bí wọ́n ṣe ní í ṣe ni kò ṣe dáadáa tó gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣòfin tó ń ti àìmọ́ fi àwọn olùdìbò ní ẹkùn ìdìbò rẹ̀ sọ́kàn àti àìkájùlù tó ń ti ìwà ìkọbiara sí eléyìí tí aṣòfin ọ̀hún ní. Nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ látẹnu ẹni tí í ṣe amúgbálẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ròyìn rẹ̀ Solomon Guyi, òun náà ni ó ṣẹ́ lórí àwọn ẹ̀sùn ọ̀hún tí ó sì ṣàpèjúwe wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí irọ́ àti àwọn ìròyìn eléyìí tí ò tọ́ tí wọ́n sì fẹ́ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fi yí ọkàn àwọn èèyàn padà sí aṣòfin ọ̀hún. Guyi òun náà ni ó tẹ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ mọ́ àwọn àṣeyọrí tó ń ti àwọn iṣẹ́ eléyìí tí aṣòfin ọ̀hún gbé ṣe níbi tí a ti rí ṣíṣe agbátẹrù àbá kan eléyìí tí ó ń pè fún láti dá ìpínlẹ̀ àdáàdà sílẹ̀ ní ìlà oòrùn gúúsù orílẹ̀-èdè wa Nàìjíríà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ó ń pè fún ìdásí ìjọba àpapọ̀ láti rí i pé wọ́n parí agbami odò àdádà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ó ṣàkàwé mímọ̀ rí sí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ààbò tí ò rẹ́sẹ̀ wálẹ̀ ní òpópónà Òpàtà àti ní Uzuamani àtàwọn iṣẹ́ ribiribi míì tí aṣòfin ọ̀hún ti ń gbé ṣe. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ ìwé kan eléyìí tí olùfótó bọ́ síta náà ló ti fi ojú hàn dé o ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ tó ń rí sí awuyewuye ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn tó ṣúyọ nínú ètò ìdìbò gómìnà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Edo, níbi tí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú People's Democratic Party PDP àti olùdíje rẹ̀ Aso Ighodalo ìgbódàlò eléyìí tí wọ́n pè tako ẹni tí í ṣe gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún Monday Okpebholo tó ń ti ìjáwé olúborí rẹ̀. Ìròyìn tó ń tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́ òun náà ni wípé ìwé tó lu fótóbọ́ọ̀tà ọ̀hún ní ìdájọ́ ọ̀hún ni ló gbé Okpebholo níbi tí àwọn adájọ́ ti dìbò sí 2-1 eléyìí tí wọ́n da ẹjọ́ PDP nù tíketíke lórí àìrẹ́sẹ̀wálẹ̀ àti àwọn ìrímọ̀ jẹ́mìísó eléyìí tí kò kún tó tí kò sì bá ìlànà ètò ìdìbò àjọ INEC mu. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, ọ̀kan lára àwọn onídàájọ́ ọ̀hún eléyìí tí ìwé ọ̀hún fojú hàn wípé òun náà ni ó gbé ìdájọ́ rẹ̀ tó gbé ìgbódàlò níbi tí ó ti yànnà náà àwọn àìṣe dáadáa tó ń ti mọ́gòmọ́gò ètò ìdìbò láwọn ẹkùn ìdìbò tó tó 500 níye ní ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀hún. Ìwé tó lu fótóbọ́ọ̀tà ọ̀hún òun náà ló ti dá họ́wùhọ́wùlẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èdó ṣùgbọ́n tó jẹ́ pé ilé ẹjọ́ tó ń rí sí ẹjọ́ kòtẹ́milọ́rùn ọ̀hún òun náà ni yóò gbé ìdájọ́ rẹ̀ kalẹ̀ ní ọ̀la ṣùgbọ́n tí wọn ò tí ì sọ kankan lórí ìwé tó lu fótóbọ́ọ̀dì ọ̀hún. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, àwọn olùgbé ní Òtúpò ní ìpínlẹ̀ Benue lónìí ni wọ́n ṣe ìfẹ̀hónúhàn tako bí ìjínigbé tó ti ìṣekúpani ní ìpakúpa ṣe ń gògò ní agbègbè wọn o. Nígbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọrin lọ́lọ́kanòjọ̀kan àwọn olùfẹ̀hónúhàn ọ̀hún náà ni wọ́n gbégi dínà àwọn òpópónà